Have you ever heard the saying that the way you do one thing in your life is the way you do everything in your life? And do you not want to believe it? You tell yourself that's not true? Because that was me. I absolutely told myself that I did not have to take care of my health, eat healthy, get enough sleep, get exercise in order to be successful in my business. And I also told myself that I didn't really need to be great with my money and understand finances in order for me to have a great relationship with my husband. But the reality is that I absolutely got to learn how to be boss with my money and boss with my health in order to really succeed in my business and in my relationship with my spouse. Hey guys, my name's Norma, and I am not here trying to retire from this life. I am here to create a life that I never want to retire from and still raise this little guy. Now you might ask yourself, why, Norma? Why is it that this matters? It's because if, like in my case, I was putting off the exercise and I was putting off eating right because I didn't want to. I told myself that I didn't have enough time in the day. I just didn't have time to exercise. And I didn't have the mental capacity to figure out what it was that I should do with my diet in order to eat healthier, because there's so much information out there, and I just told myself that I just couldn't do it. And I didn't want to give up the wine. I didn't want to go to bed earlier because I told myself that nighttime, that was the time that I had for myself in order to stay up and, basically binge watch HGTV or whatever it was that I wanted to watch. That was my time. But what I wasn't telling myself is that it's more important for me to be healthy. I kept telling myself that I wanted to be around to raise my grandson. I kept telling myself that I wanted to feel better. I kept telling myself that I wanted to look better. But by not eating healthy, not getting enough water, not getting any exercise, not getting enough sleep, drinking too much alcohol, these were things that were all going against what it is that I wanted. And so what happened is I became sluggish. I became tired super easily during the day. So it affected my business. And it also started affecting my relationships because I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't want to go spend time with my friends. I didn't want to go socialize because I didn't feel good. I didn't feel like I looked good. I wasn't myself. And as far as my money, literally, guys, I had this whole story around money. Like, I'm terrible with money. I would laugh about it. If it wasn't for my husband, we would live under a bridge somewhere. And it became my identity. Now, I didn't realize it at the time. I didn't get it until I heard this. The way you do one thing is the way you do all things. And I was like, oh, no. But it's true. I was literally identifying as someone terrible with money. Well, why in the world, number one, am I going to be able to attract any money if I'm telling myself I'm terrible with it? And I might get it, but I'm not going to keep it, right? Because that's what happens with us. But it also affected my relationship with my husband. It seeps over into all these different aspects of your life because I was totally ignoring my bank account. I was totally avoiding having to go in there and see where my money was going, where it was coming from, and what was happening with it. So what would happen? I was avoiding the conversations with my husband. Anytime that he would even start to go down that conversation on money, I changed the subject. And it started affecting our relationship. So I get it that we don't want to believe that the way we do one thing in our life is the way that we do everything in our life, but it's true. If you are avoiding a situation in any aspect of your life, then you are avoiding situations in all aspects of your life. If you are not being consistent, you're not going to be consistent in business. You're not going to be consistent with your health. You're not going to be consistent with keeping your good relationships. It all goes together, guys. Now, I remember the first time that I heard this concept, and it came from a woman online that I actually ended up hiring as my coach. But the first time that I heard it, I didn't believe it. And she said, I felt her speaking directly to me. What is it in your life that you are ready to let go of? And you don't even have to really think about it. You know what it is. And you know that it no longer serves you. And you know you get to release it. And I remember hearing that and thinking, she is looking directly at me, like into my soul, and she knows exactly what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling. And at the same time, I was like, but that can't be it. It can't be that thing. It can't be that thing that she's talking to me about. It has to be something else. There's got to be more to this. So I ended up hiring her as a coach. And guys, it took me almost a year to realize that what she was speaking to me about was exactly what I thought it was. My relationship with money and my relationship with my health. And it took me a good 9 months for me to actually make a plan. And now what I do is every week on Fridays, I have a money date with my account. And I sit down with my account and I go through and I check everything for that previous week and make sure that everything's matching. Where's my money coming from? Where's my money going? And now when I look at my account, I don't get that tightness in my chest. And now I don't have to go to my husband and say, hey, I'm overdrawn again because I messed up. And I don't have all of the concerns about the conversations. Now we talk openly about money, and it is actually coming into our account, into our lives much more easily now. And then I also got a handle on my health. This was a little bit more difficult than getting my money in order. The health and making all those changes, it was difficult. I'm not going to lie about that. But I'm telling you, if you keep it super simple, which is what I'm doing, I just keep it very simple. We as humans, we tend to overcomplicate everything. Everything in our lives we overcomplicate. And the reality is it doesn't have to be anything fancy. I'm not a gym person. I hate going to the gym. I hate going to the gym. And so I knew that wasn't going to work for me. So I had to find what works for me, and I keep it very simple. And if you are interested in knowing anything about this, anything that I'm doing with my, finances and getting all that in order, or health and getting an exercise program, and nutrition down. If you want to know anything, please reach out to me. I'm here. I'm an open book. Also, I'm raising my grandson. If you want to know how in the world I'm doing it around him, he's sitting right here on the other side of the table with me right now. And I'm here. I'm an open book. I would love to share it with you. But the bottom line is you keep it super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I would love to share it. I'll put it down below how you can reach me in the show notes. And I would love to also have you in my Live Legacy community. Live Legacy is a community on School that is for women who are over 40 and you are planning for your retirement, but you don't want to retire from life. You just want to recreate your life so that you can live happier, live better, be more fulfilled, and not feel like you ever want to retire from what you're doing. And you can do it around people and things that you love to do and love to be around. So I would love to have you in Live Legacy. But the reality is the way we do one thing is the way we do everything in life. And if you are finding yourself feeling stuck or feeling like, I don't know what it is, I just can't seem to whatever, I can guarantee you it's because there's one aspect of your life that you are ready to step into, to change, to tweak just a little bit, whether it's making and creating better relationships. Maybe that relationship is with yourself. Maybe you are ready to get a better spiritual connection with God, spirit, universe, whatever that means to you. Maybe it's because you are looking to increase your finances. Maybe you want that better relationship with money. Maybe you are looking for a way to live healthier, whatever that means to you. Because again, we are all on a different journey. We're all on the same kind of journey, but we are on a different journey because all of us are different. All of our wants are different. All of our needs are different. That's what makes this such a beautiful world. Now, remember guys, you are not here to retire from life. You are here to create a life that you never want to retire from. I look forward to seeing you on my next video.